This is where we live, and this is what we do. And we are impacted, just like everybody out there, by what happens. It's just that simple.
And I'm fine.
Detroit is a real news town, whether it's breaking news on the automotive front, economic and educational challenges, or the realities of big city life. We're here 24/7, 365 to provide context and coverage.
Every day we try to do better for the viewer. I know it sounds cliche, but we really do. We care. We can't answer enough emails and do enough stories. Sometimes we help behind the scenes and our viewers don't even know.
Every story that we report, every initiative that we support has the people of this city, this region front and center. It's our job to hold the powerful accountable and to make sure the voiceless are heard.
And the Flint water crisis is a huge example of that.
This is genocide.
It's like drinking through a lead-painted straw. So you never know when that chip or that scale is going to come off.
The Flint water crisis immediately became a huge priority for the station.
I don't think that we'll ever fully be able to trust the government. We may never be able to turn on a fountain again and really feel that we're getting clean water.
When you hear about a situation like that, you assume, and as tragic as it is, that it's happening in a different country, that this cannot happen in the United States. And knowing that it was happening just within an hour of Detroit seemed unbelievable. And seeing the immediate impact, the children that were being affected, the families that couldn't even take a bath in their own home, we realized very quickly that it was an emergency.
This is like a terrorist act upon a city.
You don't want to drink it, you don't want to cook it.
Leaders still here in Flint have no idea how to handle this situation.
We realized that we not only had to expose the problem, but we had to offer solutions and really help people that needed it.
Local 4 thanks you, Metro Detroit. In just one day, your generosity raised more than $1 million for the children of Flint.
A huge thank you to Tom Gores and Flint Now, because every dollar right now being doubled because of his match.
You showed the world that Michigan really cares about doing what's right now.
It's really important to us to support the things that are important to our community, whether times are good or times are bad. But it's literacy, it's community health, it's charitable foundations, it's the arts in our community, all the things that make a community what it is.
And we are so proud to have our weather team participate in WeatherFest, which brings the love of science to school kids and our annual weather radio campaign to make sure that our community is safe during wicked weather.
I think a really good example of the way we commit to things was the way that we committed to covering the opioid epidemic. It wasn't just a story, it wasn't just 2 stories, and I think that's the way we tried to cover it and tried to respect it as a problem. We talked about it as a medical issue, we talked about the personal toll that it's taking on a lot of lives, we talked about it as a law enforcement issue, but also just as importantly, we try to give people a place to come for answers.
As reporters, too often we see hatred and violence. The defenders are trying to bridge the gap between police and the community to stop violence in the future. True Blue is a series of stories that show a day in the life of local police officers and hopefully puts a face to the badge. Our stories have already made an impact. As a result of our stories, there have been town hall meetings where the community and police are coming together, sitting down and trying to better understand where each other is coming from.
I love our passion and commitment to covering elections, whether it's being at both conventions, whether it's Flashpoint every weekend, whether it's giving free airtime to all the candidates, whether it's putting together a comprehensive web source for people to go to figure out what the issues are. It's a commitment that I think we live not on just election day, but every day.
We're also made up of the largest Arab American community in the nation.
What is it like to be Muslim in America, Arab in America?
And our Arab in America series with Sandra Ali was such an important part of understanding the community in which we work and the community in which we live.
We reached out to DPS and said, find us a school where we can make a big impact. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, but we know that there are things we can do to help improve the lives of the people inside this building.
This school year, we've been able to remodel the cafeteria, the main office, and the gym. Thousands of dollars in new equipment brought in, educational programs started. Our toy test event was held here.
I'm so proud to work at a station like WDIV that cares so much about this community.